Hello, I'm Jason Solomons, and we all love a good book, don't we? The bookshops are back, they are open, people are browsing and buying books like never before. And there's a new documentary called The Booksellers, set in the rare and antiquarian and second-hand booksellers of New York. And it's also Independent Bookshop Week, so the Robert Elm Show has marked the occasion by dedicating Who's London to the world of books, and it's time for me to then run down my top 5 films about bookshops. I'm going to start with a London one, 84 Charing Cross Road, a romance between Anne Bancroft in New York and Anthony Hopkins, who owns the bookshop here in London, and they start up a correspondence. It's an epistolary romance about books. Then I'm going to go for You've Got Mail. It's a cheesy one, I know, but you don't get to see Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan that often anymore together. And it's about a little bookshop standing up to the might of a big bookshop. Remember when those were the corporate enemy? And it's written, of course, by the brilliant Nora Ephron, one of the great writers of recent years. I'm going to go for a documentary next called ExLibris. It's a documentary by the great Fred Wiseman about the workings of the New York Public Library, how the institution works, and what the importance of the written word and the printed word is in an increasing age of digitization. Libraries are the soul of a city where we keep a repository for all our emotions and our thoughts. I think it's an amazing film. Secondly, I'm going to go for a film that starts in a bookshop. Before Sunset, the gorgeous romance between Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy. He's selling his book in Shakespeare and Company in Paris, and in walks her, Celine, the object of his lost romance about which he's written that book. So the film starts another chapter in a book, and it starts all in a bookshop. Now, there are many other famous films about books. Atonement. There's the scene in Ghostbusters where the books fly off the shelves. There's The Music Man, a musical set in a library. There are films like Fahrenheit 451, which are about books. There is The Shining, which is about writing a book. But my favourite bookshop scene in all cinema, it comes in Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters, where Michael Caine makes up a reason to go and bump into his new object of affection, Barbara Hershey, in downtown New York. And he bumps into her and says, "I'm looking for a bookshop." And she manages to take him to one, and they skirt the aisles to the tune of Bewitched, Bothered and Bewildered, and he lights upon a volume that he wants to buy her. It's E. Cummings' poetry, particularly the poem on page 112, which ends, "Nobody, not even the rain, has such small hands." It's a brilliant Michael Caine performance in his raincoat with his little fur trim, and it's my favourite bookshop scene in all cinema. So my top 5, they were 84 Charing Cross Road, You've Got Mail, ExLibris, Before Sunset, and Hannah and Her Sisters. Happy reading.